Okay, I think only 10 times later I figured it out. Okay, hi everybody, I'm Darby. I want to chat today. Happy Sunday, first of all. I hope you guys are doing awesome and you're enjoying this hot, crazy weather we have here in Florida and wherever you are. Drop me a little note and tell me where you are today. Where are you tuning in and checking out from? Hey, hi everybody. Thanks for joining on. I am just gonna give it a minute for people to pop on here. And today I wanna talk about something I do talk about quite a bit, which is EMF. And I wanna talk about it because there's some really interesting new stuff happening that I think is gonna really make this topic even more exciting. And I don't know, what you've been paying attention to or what you follow, but I think keeping your body super EMF friendly is going to be really important. So we might as well just get down to it, and I'll save the video and people can watch it later. And just tell me if you're watching live or if you are watching the replay. And I do put this on my my YouTube later, which is My Crunchie Life. Crunchie spelled with an I-E, all one word, on my YouTube channel. Okay, so let's get down to it. So let's talk a little bit about EMF. So our bodies have, I've talked about this a lot, I've done a lot of lives, but our bodies have this natural energy wave to them, right? And then electricity has a different type of wave. It's more like a spiky kind of wave. And if you're like me, and I hate to admit it, but a lot of times we have some type of electronic in our hand, and if we don't, we have it in our purse, which is still close to our body, or we have it in the airwaves, or we are, somewhere close to Wi-Fi. There's just so many ways to be in conjunction with electric vibrations, right? So we have to find a way to constantly bring ourselves back to that natural wave. We wonder why there's such high anxiety right now. They're linking children's anxiety to video games and always having electronic in their hand, and the fact that they're not going outside as much, they're not putting their feet and their hands in dirt, which is that natural vibe. Mother Nature and bodies, we all have that natural vibe, and then the electricity is more like this, right? So we have all this electricity, we have all this caffeine, and we don't have enough actual outside. So, and if you're in Florida, it comes, this time of year, no one wants to be outside unless you're in a pool, or you're wet because it's hot. So, and I know there's a lot of places up north that are really hot too. So it's just a matter of finding a way to get your feet in the grass and your hands in some dirt if you can. So going back to, metals, we have them sprayed from above. We have them in our foods. We have them actually in our clothing. I went to a material store a little while ago, and I was going to sew something. And I saw that there were signs up saying that, per California code, this, that, and the other thing, there are these toxins and metals in the material. And upon looking further, there's metals in your material. And so a while ago, when my daughter was just born, I had severe anxiety, postpartum anxiety. And I started just everything worried me. So I started researching into everything, and it didn't make me feel any better. The car seats had, flame retardants that were being linked to the big C word, and, the materials, everything that you put on so that they look beautiful in the store, the cloth and the underwear and everything that you put on your body is sprayed so that it stays nice and wrinkle free. So it's important that we peel back all those layers of chemicals before we put them on our body. So, I always tell people, wash your clothing, your stuffed animals, your curtains, anything you can in baking soda and water, or baking soda and vinegar. It helps, that bubbling actually helps remove those. That's just a little side note. So I do that with all stuffed animals that come into our house. Any brand new pillows, anything that my kids are going to sleep or sweat on, and they're going to exchange in that sweat gland. If they're going to hold it in the heat, if it's going to be in a car, something like that, just to help to, just peel back those layers of toxins. So back to the metals, they're just in about everything. They're in our food. It's, if we're buying minerals, if we're buying vitamins, if we're getting our food from, countries abroad, China and India have a lot of metals in a lot of their products. A lot of stuff that comes from India actually says, heavy metal tested. So look for that. But, yesterday or the day before, I did a whole live on makeup and how metallic makeups have heavy metals as well. And anything that you put on your body for 20 to 30 seconds goes right into your bloodstream. Your skin is your second liver. So anything that you put on your body is going to be absorbed into your bloodstream. Where does your blood go? Up to your brain, right? And they're finding in all these Alzheimer's patients, they're linking aluminum. And where are you finding aluminum? Everywhere. I mean, it's amazing how many metals are in just about everything. I read this really interesting study today, and this is kind of what prompted me to get on here. It was about Lyme disease. And I know a lot of women in my personal breast implant illness group have Lyme disease issues. And in Florida, we have ticks here just about everywhere. If you have pets, if you live somewhere that there's country, I mean, just about anything. I lived in pretty, not in the country, and we found a tick on one of my pets a couple years ago in another property we lived in. So they're easy to find, and if they're very small and they bite you, you don't always realize that. And then they can transmit all kinds of fun things. So they're an outside parasite. And then we also have inside parasites. So what I was reading that I found really interesting is the way the exchange between parasite and metal goes is if you do detox your body of parasites, it helps release metals at the same time. There's so much more to it, and I will put more up, and I actually put something up earlier today about it. But I just wanted to talk about easy ways to help detox metals. I know a couple people have messages and mentioned and talked to me, and they say, oh my gosh, there's just so much to know. And it's true, there is. What I say is you have to take your symptoms or whatever you're dealing with, because a lot of people are dealing with something. They're dealing with headaches or migraines. Those are linked a lot of times to lead or mercury. Still heavy metals, and a lot of women get menstrual migraines right around their period. They get awful migraines, and actually our ovaries hold so many toxins. That's just how it goes in a woman's body. They're like sponges, and if you don't do things to work to detox, it just continues. It continues, and same thing in the hip area. That whole pelvis area, men and women, we hold a lot of toxins there. So it's just a matter. I hear my children yelling. It's just a matter of really peeling back all that, and detox. So some of the heavy metal, just to get down to it, some of my favorite heavy metal stuff and the things that I was reading earlier, like I said, Lyme and the parasites, is you have to do some easy things to detox. Okay, what are things that, that are bothering you currently? And a lot of times you can link them to metals. And a lot of the problems that people are dealing with now, we weren't dealing with young, okay? Arthritic hands. I have a lot of young people telling me they have arthritis in their spine. And when I say young, I'm saying 30 to 40s, even younger. And that arthritic body, that is, it's not typical. I know that now it's typical, but a long time ago, it was not typical. So things that I love. Vitamin C has really been linked to helping remove metals from the body. One time I did a live once and I said, high doses of vitamin C, and everybody got on me. What's a high dose of vitamin C? Well, for your body, everybody is different, right? So you kind of have to test things out. Just like even when you go to a doctor and they give you a medication, sometimes they give you a medication and it makes you go crazy or feel awful. You have to test your body out. So it's just like drinking a cup of coffee. Are you someone who can drink 5 cups of coffee a day? Or are you someone who can't even drink any because it makes you crazy? So for me, I can have 1,200 milligrams of vitamin C without having any issues. Somebody else might be different. If your body is more toxic, sometimes it's harder for you. If you're just more sensitive, sometimes it's harder for you. If you have MTHFR and you don't detox properly, sometimes it's harder for you. Hello. I just saw my beautiful neighbor jump on here. Hello, and I saw your text message as I was jumping on. I can't wait. I have really awesome neighbors. Anyway, I just had to interject that. So I'm going to just talk about some of my favorite vitamin C's, okay? So detoxing metals, just to kind of get to what we're talking about here. Metals are everywhere. They're just about anywhere you can imagine. I have an organic garden in the back, and I buy only organic dirt and this, that, and the other thing, and still, it doesn't matter. You're getting constant metals are coming in the air. They're just about everywhere. So detoxing should just be a normal thing. I have some people say, well, your body will detox naturally. A very healthy body will. But we're at a point where things are just so toxic that I don't meet a lot of people that aren't having some type of issue, okay? So I like Mega Food if I'm in a bind. It's pretty good. But I do love, there's a vitamin C brand by Purium that I absolutely love. It's totally food-based. And if you're gonna use something for your body, it's a vitamin, I highly recommend checking that it's US-based. I'm a huge fan of buying everything America, okay? America. And I love that it's food-based, because then your body isn't going to reject it. Anything synthetic, your body's going to have a hard time with. It's just kind of how it goes, okay? So you want your body to assimilate it. Some vitamins actually work better in conjunction with other vitamins too. Like if you're taking iron and you need to absorb it better, vitamin C works really well with iron. So this one is great. Purium has a great one, all food-based. There's another one that I love. It has like a little mandala, and you can get it on Amazon too, but it doesn't have high doses. They're very low, but they're food-based. Another thing I love is adaptogens, and I've talked about this a lot, and they're actually great for anybody that has a problem detoxing too. Ashwagandha is amazing if you have any type of anxiousness or anxiety, or just if you're a normal person in the world. This is really wonderful. This brand you can buy anywhere. I mean, you can get it at a health food store or whatever, and make sure they're organic, and make sure that this brand, I don't believe, I don't think this one's US based. It might be. Oh no, this one is, okay? Some of them aren't, but I love this brand. This one works really well, and it's food-based also. All right, and spirulina. So this one is for heavy metals as well. Spirulina, and I was trying to find my Corella, my crack cell Corella, organic. That one is really wonderful, but my kids were gonna find me and I had to run and hide. So this is a really great one for detoxing heavy metals too, and I highly recommend taking it with vitamin C. This brand, just like wheatgrass, some of them, the Corella, the crack cell Corella, a lot of times people tell me that they get really intense detox symptoms. If you're not someone who normally eats green food, go super slow with these, and it's very helpful. I know you've been hearing me talk about the fulvic acid. I absolutely love fulvic acid. You can do your research, find a brand that works wonderful for you, but please look into it. Get a brand that's really a higher dose of it, and it's more concentrated. You'll find some that are just really diluted, and just check their certifications. Some of them have really wonderful certifications, and some of them have none. And then some of them have certifications of authenticity, COA, and you can get that, and it kind of tells you what's in it. Keeping in mind that fulvic and humic acid comes from decaying matter. All of them have to be cleaned, and it is good that you get a good source. They do have to be cleaned. It's decaying matter. That's what it is. So knowing that is important. So now, what are things that you can use around your house or wear on your body? EMF, electromagnetic, oh my gosh, my brain just went geek. Anyway, the EMF, which is all the electromagnetic waves in the air, okay? This is something you can wear on your body. You can put it in your home. You can wear it as you sleep if you like. My baby has one around his neck. I wear these, and they're just the Shugnite, and they're amber. I wear them. I usually wear them on my right hand. Today I had to switch because they didn't match. But I wear it on the hand that I use my electronic device all the time. And I think that that is probably one of the better ways. And since Wi-Fi is just about everywhere, my kids wear them all the time. And I've been selling out of them. I do have more in my Crunchie store, and all of my items are US made, and they're all from small businesses as well. I would love to hear what you're doing in your home or for your body that actually helps peel back that EMF. I had someone write me, recently, and they wanted to talk about what you can do in your home. And there's something called scalar energy, and Nikola Tesla actually created it. And it's basically it's a device that some type of device. It can be circular, it can be triangle. Some people have pyramids, and what it does is it just adds that Mother Nature element, that beautiful wave of energy that we were talking about in the beginning, that helps really just calm the energy, and it helps take that electricity and it calms it down. So I have some discs, and I meant to bring them, but we keep them by our bed, and they actually help your sleep because, even in our room, we make sure we have no blue light. We make sure that, we have those blackout curtains because the babies don't always sleep great, and everyone ends up in my room at the end of the night anyway. And this is something that's important as well. So, if you have a little area, like in our house, we have a little tiny area where all the electronics are plugged in and everything. I really try to saturate that area with that calming energy. You can turn your Wi-Fi off at nighttime so that you're not sleeping with it in the house. That's extreme for some people. And I have other people that tell me they have no Wi-Fi in their house at all. So, it's really important to find something that is workable for you in your life and really pay attention to it. So like I said, high doses of vitamin C help. Crack cell Corella helps. I can add some links after we chat if you want. Humic acid is really really important, and that's becoming more popular, but it's been around for a really, really long time. I've tried many different brands, and some you can tell better than others, just like vitamin C, just like anything. You know, we all have different issues with our body. Some of us have, you know, pre-existing conditions. Some of us have, you know, heredity issues. Some of us are naturally always detoxing. There's just so many different things that attribute to where you are today. And if you are someone who only lives on fast food, or if you're someone who drinks soda out of cans all the time, you're gonna have higher metals, and you're gonna have, you know, you're gonna have less nutrient density in the body, and you're gonna need to detox more. Anyway, there was so many more things I wanted to talk about, but I keep getting a little bit distracted because I hear the kids screaming in the back. But if you have any questions, or you want any links to anything we talked about, or if you want to share what you're doing, because I always love to find out what other people are doing. There's absolutely no way for anyone to know everything, and I know I don't. So please share with me whatever you're doing, and I love to broaden my information. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you guys are having an awesome Sunday.